Some dates in history feel like they carry more weight. July 6th is one of them. On this day, the world quietly said goodbye to voices that once lit up our screens. Our radios, our hearts, legends in music, cinema, television, and even social change, gone but not forgotten. Today, we don't just remember their deaths. We celebrate their lives, their work, and the emotions they gifted us. And if you want to keep honoring these unforgettable stars every day, don't forget to subscribe to Today They Left. Let's begin. 1. Judy Belushi-Pisano, 1950. 2024. She was more than just the widow of John Belushi. Judy was the keeper of his legacy, the soul behind the Blues Brothers brand, and a creative powerhouse in her own right. For decades, she protected and preserved the cultural phenomenon that began with laughter but endured through love, art, and memory. Judy wasn't always in the spotlight, but behind the scenes, she was a guiding force. She managed, produced, protected, and loved deeply. On July 6, 2024, after a battle with cancer, Judy Belushi-Pisano passed away at the age of 73. But every time we hear that harmonica riff, every time we laugh at old SNL sketches, we feel her spirit still keeping the music alive. 2. Ennio Morricone, 1928-2020. Some composers write music. Ennio Morricone painted with sound. From the haunting whistle of the good, the bad, and the ugly, to the heart-melting strings of Cinema Paradiso, he made emotions audible. A man of few words but limitless melody, Morricone scored over 500 films, won Academy Awards, and influenced generations. Even Quentin Tarantino called him a master. He passed away in Rome on July 6, 2020, at the age of 91. But his music? It still plays in the background of our lives. Powerful, timeless, unforgettable. 3. Charlie Daniels, 1936-2020. He wasn't just a country singer. Charlie Daniels was a Southern legend. His fiery fiddle on The Devil Went Down to Georgia made him a household name. But his values, faith, family, freedom, made him a voice for millions. He never slowed down. Even in his 80s, he toured, played, and shared what he believed in. On July 6, 2020, just hours after tweeting words of inspiration, Charlie suffered a stroke and passed at 83. Still today, when that fiddle roars, we know the devil didn't win that duel. 4. Cameron Boyce, 1999-2019. He was only 20 years old. Cameron Boyce was the spark of a generation. From Disney's Jessie to Descendants, he lit up screens and hearts with every smile. Off-screen, he was a humble soul who raised awareness for epilepsy, supported charities, and uplifted everyone around him. Tragically, on July 6, 2019, Cameron passed in his sleep due to an epileptic seizure. The world was shocked, but fans didn't let his light fade. Today, foundations in his name continue to spread kindness, love, and action, just like Cameron would have wanted. 5. Louis Armstrong. They called him Satchmo, but to the world he was jazz. With a trumpet in hand and a voice like gravel dipped in honey, Louis Armstrong redefined American music. What a Wonderful World wasn't just a song. It was a prayer, a promise, a feeling. Louis lived through racism, war, poverty, and turned pain into poetry. He died on July 6, 1971, at the age of 69. But even today, in cafes, weddings, and movie endings, his voice plays on, and it still feels like hope. 6. James Caan, 1940-2022. We all remember The Godfather, and we all remember Sonny Corleone, hot-headed, loyal, unforgettable. James Caan gave us that and more. From Misery to Elf, he proved his range. But off-screen, he was just as complex, tough, tender, and deeply human. On July 6, 2022, he passed away at age 82. But his presence? It never left. Just say the name James Caan, and a scene comes flooding back. 7. Buddy Ebsen, 1908-2003. Tall, warm, and instantly likable, Buddy Ebsen was America's uncle. From the Beverly Hillbillies to Barnaby Jones, he was a constant presence on television. What most people don't know, he was supposed to be the original Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, but the makeup nearly killed him. Still, he never gave up. He passed on July 6, 2003 at the age of 95. And though decades have passed, Jed Clampett still makes people smile in reruns across the world. 8. João Gilberto. He was the quiet storm behind Brazil's biggest musical revolution, bossa nova. With songs like Girl from Ipanema, João Gilberto gave the world a new rhythm. Cool, smooth, soulful. He rarely gave interviews. He didn't seek fame. He just played his guitar and let the music speak. He died on July 6, 2019, in Rio de Janeiro at age 88. But every cafe that plays bossa nova, every sunset with soft music, carries his legacy. 9. Sarita Wright, 1946-2004. She had a voice of silk and the heart of a poet. Sarita Wright, a Motown gem, was more than Stevie Wonder's collaborator. She was a star in her own right. Her songs were tender, empowering, and soulful. Whether writing for others or singing her own stories, she made listeners feel understood. She passed away on July 6, 2004 after battling cancer, but her songs still linger in the quiet moments. 10. Otto Klemperer, 1885-1973, a man of baton and brilliance. Otto Klemperer was one of the greatest conductors of the 20th century. A survivor of Nazi Germany, he fled to America and reshaped modern classical performance. He was powerful, intimidating, and absolutely unmatched on the podium. He passed on July 6, 1973, but music scholars still study his recordings, and audiences still feel his fire in every note. 11. Lil Travieso, Cameron, 2002-2022. He was just getting started. Lil Travieso, a rising Colombian-American rapper, was building a name through raw lyrics and street storytelling. At only 20 years old, he was speaking to a generation lost between cultures and chaos. His life was cut short by violence on July 6, 2022. Gone too soon, but not forgotten. In his music, young people still find pain, truth, and dreams. 11 stories. 11 souls who shape the way we feel, think, and remember. And one date, July 6th, that echoes across time. If any of these legends touched your life, then keep them alive. Comment their names, share their stories, and subscribe to Today They Left, where we honor their memories every single day.